This is Dennis Peacock with another edition of the Transforum. It's all about government, not healthcare. All of us have watched this last year or so the endless debates about healthcare, the endless debates from the right, the left, the 2,000 plus pages of legal language that nobody understands, nobody has a chance to vote on. It's all come down to the crisis that you're aware of here in the last several weeks. But you know what? The issue is not really about healthcare, as important as healthcare is. The issue is about the government's involvement in ever increasing, and I might say encroaching, ways. Are you aware that government hiring is the fastest growing sector of the economy? The number of federal jobs, county jobs, state, well, not so much local, but federal jobs is skyrocketing. It used to be for many, many years that federal employees, their wages were actually lower than in their counterparts in the private sector, but all that's changed. The figures that I've seen here recently is the average federal employee is anywhere from 10 to 20% higher than their counterparts in the private sector. You know, our philosophy of government is really the issue. I would assert, and many, many smarter than me have asserted for many years, that as government increases, the general population's IQ and decision-making capacities go down because you're dependent and reliant on other people. I'd say there's an inverse relationship between self-government and the size of civil government. And once the civil government has got somebody in place, it's nearly impossible to remove them. I mean, to my knowledge, there's only been one federal agency that was ever totally shut down, and that goes all the way back to the mid-1970s. You know, conservatives are obviously going to, here in the United States, they're going to have a big win, it looks like now, here later in 2010 and beyond. But on one level, it doesn't matter, because what you're going to have is a group of conservatives trying to manage a massive growing army of bureaucrats. I spent a lot of time in Washington, D.C. some years back, and what became very, very clear to me is the tenured employees are the ones that really run the government. If they don't like the order, they sabotage it, or they're slow to make it happen. We call that malicious compliance. That is, you're not really going to do what the order says. That's the way it really works. It's not about health care, folks, as important as that is. Do you know what it's about? It's about the increasing size of bureaucracy on every level. And the more and more you give away the decision-making to somebody else, the less your capacity to govern wisely becomes. This is Dennis Peacock for the Transforum. You know what? We need to really think about this stuff and think about the direction of where this is going. Not from a liberal, conservative point of view, but from the point of view of freedom. Where's all this going? Hey, click below. This is a Transforum. Let's engage.